Hi, welcome to For Flow with Chloe, where I'm going to pull some from the Wild Reflections deck. Been a while since I've done a tarot reading, probably since Thursday maybe. It was a busy weekend. Ooh. Wow. Excuse me while I gather them from under the sofa. Okay, I'm back from scrabbling around on the floor. Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is pure fire energy. So our page is sort of like our first step on the rung of the court cards. And as our wands represent our firepower, it's just literally like the pure energy of fire. So creation, inspiration, passion, enthusiasm, and like confidence and courage as well. We are now in Aries season. The sun has moved into Aries and reignited that 0 point where we had Neptune and Saturn conjunct recently, who are both still hanging out in Aries. We also have the Ace of Swords. So in this deck, our swords are represented by arrows. So like arrows flying through the air. And, arrows are often associated with messengers as well. Mercury has finally gone direct, is what I'm getting from this little baby. And so it's like finally the bow has been drawn back, and the arrow is gliding forthright in the correct direction at a very fast pace. So all planets are go now. They're all headed in the right direction. We've got movement of a lot of air and a lot of fire. So maybe some communication coming in and some like mental clarity about where to direct your courage, confidence, passion, creativity, all the stuff I said before. So that's rather nice. We then have the Six of Wands, victorious. It's great. He is back from his adventures. Is this Knight of Wands, and everyone is there to greet him. I mean, we mostly have deer greeting him here, but usually it's like a parade through the town, like welcoming back our heroic knight. It's Jupiter in Leo. So it's expanding this confidence and victorious moment of just opportunity, optimism and opportunity. Like it's time to celebrate. I did what I set out to do and I can celebrate. So there may be something coming in that's going to be worth celebrating. We also have this card that is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that version of the Ace of Cups. One of the reasons I bought the deck, because I was like, that is such a pretty Ace of Cups card. With, the Pearl of Wisdom, the Pearl of Emotional Wisdom. We have got Jupiter going direct in Cancer as well, which is obviously a water sign, and it's asking us to really expand our emotional maturity and our emotional understanding and our emotional wisdom. It's like a gift. Pearls are like formed over a long time of being inside that shell, and they are like a true treasure that is brought up from the seabed and opened in those oyster shells, in those scallop shells, these lovely, beautiful pearls of wisdom. So you may have been digging deep and sloshing around in all of the emotional reflection and mental baggage and sifting through it all throughout all of the planets being retrograde. And now that they are all finally direct, it's like a realization, something like that's emotionally fulfilling, that's an emotional realization. We also have the Page of Swords. So we've had the Ace and Page of Swords come out. And so we've got some pure air energy as well on top of that Ace. So really like straight down the middle of my reading, maybe I'm pulling 3-card rows, we've got this massive energy of air. And yeah, communication. We have also got a Gemini moon at the moment. It moved from Taurus into Gemini today, and tomorrow it will be Gemini moon as well. So more communication. We also have judgment. And judgment is about transforming into the light, like an emergence. So stepping out of our shadow and into our light. We may have felt like we've been trapped in this kind of cellar or attic, this cobwebby space of anguish for some time. And now we're finally stepping out and emerging with these messages and pearls of wisdom that we've been learning in that darkened shadow space. And we might be feeling quite victorious. We might feel like we've we've leaped a final hurdle in a battle, maybe an intense battle with our own selves, with our own shadow. And it's like we've been called to release so many things over the past sort of 6 months, and with these eclipses that we've had over the last few months, has been really calling us to release past pain and step into our new version of self and not take all the baggage with us. Address it, but not keep dragging it along or keep delving through it. And then we get the 7 of Wands, which is Mars in Leo. Act of valor, crossing the bridge. They're being quite daring here, they're daring to cross this big ravine. They're on a journey, and it's time to cross over from the old land to the new. And we've taken the first step onto this daring transition, and we're going for it. We're finding that courage and that putting our feelings, putting our passion on the line, putting our courage on the line, and just like going for it. It's belief. And we also have the 8 of Wands. So we have ascending Wands cards, Mercury in Sagittarius. So a lot of communication, fast, hot, sudden, passionate communication, like revelations, eureka moments, but all quite, creative and transient, like going places. They're expansive because it's in Sagittarius. It's like an expansive communication of all of the things that have been building. I feel like there's this energy that's been building up, and it's finally getting released, and we're finally like charging forward towards it and daring to take that step because we want our victory. Lovely. I'm going to take one more. just to make it a nice round 9. And it's that one. We get the Knight of Cups. Here he is, I've said before, he's like batting over the chess piece with his shell. And it's tactical, and it's sort of not letting anything stand in your way. He's like batting that chess piece out of the way, and he's patient and calm, and it's like a mental ascension. He's willing to play the long game. He's very patient, but he's not going to be emotionally defeated, and he's not going to break a sweat over it. It's about mastering your emotions and being there for the long game with yourself and with your emotions. Emotionally strategic, and willing to play the emotional game. I want to take one more card on that, because we have got the Ace of Cups as well, and we get the Ten of Swords. And we're pulling on top of that Knight of Cups. The Ten of Swords is releasing pain, releasing past pains, and the Knight of Cups represents the sign of Pisces. He's the Piscean Knight. He's the water Knight. And it's about, Pisces is about dissolving things, and we have had to have a lot of planets, retrograde back into Pisces, and now we've got Mercury finally moving direct back across the areas it's already covered in its retrograde journey, and it's moving now direct towards Aries. And it's almost like you've gone back over a lot of the lessons that you have kind of already learned, to release all those final past bits of niggling pain and dissolve them out. And now it's going forward again. You feel like it's easier to make your move. It's easier to be more direct and be more communicative and well considered about going forward. You've gone backwards, now you're going forward. And once you've done it all, backwards and revisited it all, you feel maybe like you can hop, skip and jump over the pieces on the board, like the Knight, moving in unexpected directions across that board to make it across. And so it seems less of a challenge now, because you've gone back and dissolved a lot of those past pains, and they're no longer kind of obstacles in your way. You can now move at many different angles across the board to get to the other side and complete the emotional game. Like, you can move towards your emotional mastery as we head into Aries and the total new era. And that is the reading on the cards. I'm going to take one from the Astara deck, because we are only 4 days past the equinox point. And Astara is our celebration of the spring equinox. Ring-a-ding-ding, it's finally spring. Bring it all in. random little rhyme for you, don't know where that came from. What are you saying, Star Oracle? It's about all the air and the fire and forward movement. We have rainbow. How nice. Everybody loves a rainbow, right? Take a breath, be still in your heart, and believe in what dreams may come. So yeah, it's allowing ourselves the freedom to believe in the potential of ourselves and the possibility of our dreams, the possibility that what is in our heart still can come true, which is quite lovely. And I'm taking you back to this card, the Pearl of Wisdom, emotional wisdom, because I feel like it's quite linking to that. And we're getting this idea about where to put our passion and where to let the air guide us, and the passion of the fire to burn our energy bright so that we can take these courageous steps and keep building and sending our message out. And we're backed with our emotional pearl of wisdom as we've released our past pains and we're ready to move across the board in whichever way we need to get towards our victory of our rainbow and our dreams. And that is the reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And thank you to all you new subscribers and continual watchers. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Bye.